Hey, we are officially live and living actual freaking color. Welcome back to another live stream. It's as told by Dawn. Let me make sure I am live and living color before I start chatting it up. I don't think it went live. Did it go live? Oh, it did. I have to make sure I look at my phone. But yes. If you are new, this is, hold on, let me put my bang. If you are new, this is a live stream hosted by yours truly, as so by Dawn, aka Delightful_Dawn. And we have a quick topic that came upon my news feed as I was just minding my business. Let me turn off the music here on the sidelines. I'm like, y'all probably like, I don't know if y'all can hear me with the music being so loud. I'm gonna have it down low. So as I was perusing through my regular Instagram, you know how you just go through, and then I seen this article about a young lady who was traveling with American Airlines. This, I guess, within the last couple of days. I'm gonna read the article to y'all, like the little post that she had posted on her little story, y'all. And then we're gonna talk about it and tell you my experience of being pictured. All on the thing, y'all. Let me find it. Give me a second. But yeah, on a side note, if you have not already follow me at As Told by Dawn and Delightful_Dawn, and then Delightful_Dawn1 on TikTok if you not have done that already. As you see, it says thumbs up this live, subscribe to my channel. If you're just going through the flow, I'm gonna bring up the article and talk about that. I'm trying to find it. I was just so prepared, and I was like, sometimes you over prepare yourself, and I just totally forgot to have this up when I went live. So I'm like, I need to be live on time. I need to go live on time. So I was on Instagram. As we all know, I love a good Hollywood Unlocked, and they put on there, American Airlines passenger asks for reparations for being wedged in between two obese people. And so I'm going to show y'all the article right here. We're going to do it big. Okay, so yeah. Here's the article that was posted from the Dallas News. Basically, she posted the picture right here. What was it? Dr. Sydney Watson. She says, I'm currently literally wedged between two obese people on my flight. This is absolutely not acceptable or okay. If fat people want to be fat, fine. But it is something else entirely when I'm stuck between you. Your arm rolls on my body for 3 hours, and then you can see the picture of, I'm assuming these are Black women, because that's a thick arm. That's an arm of someone who is Black. That is an arm of a Black road. And so the article here start off, it says, American Airlines passenger rank goes viral for being wedged in between two obese people. This was with American Airlines. She tagged them on there. As the rank go on, she ends up saying more stuff as where her part at? Oh gosh. She ended up saying, like, basically, if you fat, you should, if you need an extender, you shouldn't be flying, period, during the whole rant. And so I wanted to talk about, how the feelings that you may feel as someone who is plus size, and maybe get the perspective of the person who may be flying. I have flew American Airlines before. Let me make this smaller. Oh, where am I at? Okay. I have flew on, if y'all seen, I have on my Delightful_Dawn channel, it has a thing, flying while fat, recommendations. And I have been on an airplane where I have been pictured for being fat, where I've seen the person actually taking a picture. I'm like, when the anxiety that you get as someone who is plus size and you get on an airplane, already you don't want to fly, but then that's like literally the worst situation. Like, her taking the pictures is what, you fear as someone who is, fat or plus size, or what she said, obese, for inconvenience of being on a flight. It's also an inconvenience for the fat person. I don't care what you say. He's like, oh, your balls, no. the constant, like I remember, I'm gonna tell y'all my experience, but I'm telling you from her. I can understand where she's coming from as far as like, okay, maybe she is being. Oh, I look a little cute. Sorry. I understand how she can feel inconvenienced and part of like you being squished. Maybe she could have asked. Like them people probably even knew each other because sometimes what happens is when you are booking a flight and you are plus size, your thing is I'm gonna get two seats that's like bam bam, so no one can sit in the front, like sit in the middle of you. Which normally I like to do seats side by side next to the person that I'm flying with, not like doing where it's someone in the middle. But I can see her grievance in that regard, but also it's like the disregard of these people's feelings. They probably felt like, oh dang, like it doesn't happen often where someone is plus size who's actually like traveling like that. Normally, they normally try to get a seat on the outside because if there is a little bit of flubber, you try to keep it out. And then you can see that they did care because they didn't have their arm on her. So you can tell that they are trying to probably be as close as to away from this lady as they can. Um, Whenever I would get on a flight, I would do the same thing. I'm like, okay, like I shouldn't have to not have to fly, but I was very much always conscious of where I was sitting, what airlines I flew with, and always very apologetic to the person who may be next to me because I felt like maybe I'm an inconvenience for them. And I would try to get the shortest flight possible because I'm like, I don't want to be near nobody. And it's not a really nice feeling to have to fly and you're inconveniencing somebody else. But like to say that they shouldn't fly at all, that was just like real hurtful. Like I shouldn't be able to enjoy certain things just because I'm fat. But my particular experience, hey girl, hey, same. She said same. I was flying with Delta. I was flying with Delta with someone, and obviously I can see like we put our seats purposely on the end. Normally I like to sit towards the window and then do a middle seat, but they like to sit towards the outer because they know they're gonna kind of like be in like on that person. So when we was sitting there, I'm like, girl, they gonna about to be pictured. She's like, it must be pictured because we were both, big plus size women, and she was on the outer. I'm like right next to the young lad. And so you can see him like, I'm like, oh Lord. So we doing our best not to be up on him. So I'm like all up on her. She's all up on the aisle because I'm like, I don't want, like, I'm sorry. I'm literally over. I can see him picking up his phone and like recording us. And so I'm like, oh my God, like we about to be on somebody Instagram. Somebody's World Star, Shade Room, or whatever the kids be watching to be talking about people. And I'm like, it's just not a good feeling. I'm like, oh gosh. Like even from there, I'm like, all you can do is make the best out of the situation. I was just, joking around. But it's like stuff like they like, oh, I already don't want to be flying. But then it's like, well, someone's gonna take a picture and then make a meme out of you. How is that right? She says rude. Just rude. Liz says rude. But yeah, like that's like the stuff that makes you feel like you already feel like you are inconvenienced to yourself, but then to be inconvenienced to someone else, and then for them to purposely try to make you feel bad because at the end of the day, like that lady didn't have to do all of it. You could have made your little statement. You have to take a picture of this person's arm or demand that fat people shouldn't fly. That's just unnecessary. To me, I feel like that's unnecessary. I feel like certain people feel like fat people shouldn't even be in this world and of existence, shouldn't be outside doing things amongst folks. So I remember also like going out to where I'm not gonna say much to where people like you don't want to be out amongst the crowd because you don't want to get a stare or someone to look at you or to be sitting in a certain area and then someone like you can always tell when someone is talking about you or maybe you decided to get paranoid just because you used to people saying stuff. But that right there, what that lady did, I can tell you for a fact that whoever this person, these people, these women, these beautiful souls were that was sitting next to her and that she took a picture of them, like they know it was her and you can see they obviously not trying to be up on her. And I feel like it was very tactless the way that she handled it. You know what I mean? You could have said something maybe not on the internet. Like, come on, you could see these people not trying to be up on her. Like, they got the on. I know the on. I can understand. I understand. Like, it's an inconvenience for your little mama, but it's like, really? You have to do all of that and say no? Because forget this part. She said that they shouldn't be flying. Fat people shouldn't fly. Period. Like, if you want to be fat, that's up to you. You shouldn't be flying amongst people. That's what she put on her later tweets. It just threw me. I told my friend who's in here now, I'm like, girl, I can't believe it. That someone would have the audacity to like go on this rant of how much you are inconvenienced in this world to be amongst someone who is fat. To me, it baffles me. I mean, am I wrong? Do y'all feel like maybe, she's justified in making a whole Twitter post and picture and tagging American Airlines and being upset? Because this is what American Airlines had to say. Hold up. This is what American Airlines had to say. I'm about to put what their response to what she said up. Okay. I just had it up here. Here we go. I'm going to show y'all American Airlines response because here, I'm about to take this off. Because, I mean, one of the ladies said that was traumatizing. That is traumatizing, let's be real. It is. I'm going to remove that. Remove. Stop sharing. I'm going to share screen again because this was the comments of amongst the folks. Okay. Hold on, here we go. Here's the Thompson one. Okay. So, where did it go? So when she had posted it, she reposted American Airlines official response. American Airlines says, our passengers come in all different sizes and shapes. We're sorry you were uncomfortable on your flight. And so she responded, I just experienced getting sweat on, touched on without my consent, smacked in the face, and subject for hours of no personal space. And your response is essentially too bad. It is what you're getting here, ? And so someone said in response, why did the flight crew or ticket takers not enforce your policy regarding larger passengers? And so they do have a policy regarding, the person is maybe needing extra space. Sometimes they'll make you ticket to get 2 seats. I have heard of that happening before. I'm gonna pull it back up to like American Airlines, that part. So now I guess they want people, maybe they'll go around starting to put tape, not what tape, having, how when you go to the amusement park, are they going to have now a seat of the seats of the airlines for people to sit in to see if it'll be comfortable for them? Because in all reality, I feel like whenever you're on a plane, even for someone who may not be like morbid obese, because that's what they were, because they wasn't like obese, they were like morbid obese, that you kind of like maybe feel another person. So maybe she wanted them to have on a jacket. To me, I feel like they probably did what they could not to be all up on her. So I don't see where the sweat, maybe because they was hot. I don't know. Maybe she was just hot in between them. But yeah, that's like literally the worst nightmare for anybody. I mean, I guess her one experience, literally, like she got off this flight, she gets to get on another one. Or like, I feel like her experience that she had is not something that she has often. For the person that is the obese or the fat person, this is something that they have to go through all the time. And yeah, I mean, you can get mad and be like, oh, well, you shouldn't be doing X, Y, and Z. But a lot of people who are plus size or obese, we don't get on flights. Like, I don't be trying to get on the flight real quick so I can be flying next to you. Like, I don't want to be a meme or a picture for you to post of and to rant about. Maybe they should have flights. Maybe the seats should be a little bit bigger for folks. I mean, everybody not a size 2. Shoot, because if they were a person who was a size 16 or 12, you still have a problem. If I was sitting next to you, you would have a problem. Am I wrong? Am I right? I don't know. Only she can say. I feel like she's going to probably make another statement. Who knows? Who knows? Lord, because it couldn't be me. Literally, these people probably like, oh, God. We done got a whole rant about us, and we were just trying to go get back home to Kentucky. I told Martha we shouldn't have got on that flight. That's what Retha is saying to Martha. Girl, I told you we should have never got on this freaking flight. We should just drove our heavy butt down to where we was trying to go. Liz says, I feel like Twitter gave a platform and she had nothing better to talk about. It's like, it'd be one thing if you maybe went to them and you was kind of upset about your experience on the flight, but to literally go to the extent to like being like, you shouldn't be allowed to fly at all. Like, she basically said fat people shouldn't fly. You were inconveniencing me. You inconveniencing me. Kiva. Hey, girl. Girl, yes. That is the story. That is the story that we were talking about. When I seen it, I was like, this is just like, it baffles me that this lady went on talking about these people. She took a whole picture. Where is it at? Oh, that's what she said. She says, if you need a seat belt extender, you are too fat to be on a plane, but 2 seats or don't fly. But that's her. She was inconvenienced for her 3 hours, and she felt like these people, sweaty, fat rolls on them, these black people. Because in all reality, she was a skinny white lady next to, some plus size women. If you see the pictures, they're not trying to be on her. So she didn't take a picture of them on her, because I would get it. It's like, okay, they have no regards, they all up on you. Maybe that can be an inconvenience. Like, okay, how dare you? But you can see that they're obviously, I've been on a plane to where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna just try to scoot over, so I'm not trying to inconvenience you, but it's an inconvenience to them too, because like, I don't want to be up on you. So I guess everybody gotta just gotta get weight off surgery to deal with people now. Hello, Miles in the chat. Whoop whoop. Not at me. She says, not at me. I want to know if she asked them to change seats or anything. So yes, I would feel like when she knew, maybe she could have asked to change seats. Or if they knew, I almost bet that these two people knew each other. Something in my soul and my body is saying that they knew each other. Maybe it's just me assuming that they knew each other. These two beautiful black women. I don't know who. These are women. The shirts, the cut of the shirt, you can tell that they are a woman. And I feel like they knew each other. I was on, what is her odds of her getting in between 2 plus size people that don't know each other is black? I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. But she didn't say she said nothing. So now it's almost like, well, did you say anything to the flight attendants? Or did you make like a hey, can I, like, I don't know. I don't know what she could have did differently. Maybe this was her way of being like, y'all need to enforce y'all 2-seat policy rule. I mean, I could be wrong. I feel like because at my highest of 375 pounds, that whenever I get on a plane and I see that there is someone who is plus size, I don't get mad being next. I just take it as, a little comfort, I just scoot in with my people. I'm like, it is what it is. Like, I don't get on a flight that's too long. I have been in between someone who's probably either been the same size as me or a little bit smaller. And, even then I feel like you don't want to touch people in general, but I don't know if I would have went the extra mile to take a picture of them and then be like, y'all need to fly. I want to know if these women gonna say something. Like, do you say something? I guess it could be embarrassing because Twitter is eating them up. Twitter, like, y'all shouldn't have been flying. Twitter is upset at them. They like, I'm with you. American Airlines should have responded more professionally. What is American Airlines gonna say? Like, you were right. We should have kicked these people off. And then you didn't even say nothing about, because she didn't, in her tweet, she never mentioned she said anything to the flight attendant, or she may have had any grievances with them. I feel like they knew each other. I don't know if they did or not. Allegedly, I don't know. But she's upset. I feel like now, Miss what's her name? Doctor. I don't know what kind of doctor she is. Dr. Sydney Watson. I wonder if she's gonna try to sue American Airlines or make like a formal complaint, because this right here, Twitter is not a real outlet to complain. In my opinion, I feel like, okay, that's where you get some traction. She's everywhere. All the news outlets is talking about it. She has got 696 retweets, over 521 quotes, over 8,580 likes, and following. Like, oh, okay. Developing. She said it was a man and a woman. Maybe this was a man and this was a woman. She said that she did ask him to I don't know why that's funny. She said, I'd like some free alcohol, please. She was not like that. Not the actual footage of me. So apparently they knew each other. She's saying that they was a brother and sister duo. And she did ask if they would like, probably sit next to each other. She said, hey, to the man, hey, can we swap seat if you like to sit together? His sister on the left, he says, no, that's okay. And then started shrieking. Then I started shrieking internally. Girl, I don't know. I feel like they should have sat next to each other. I feel like they did it on purpose. That's what I thought. I really thought that they purchased the flight, like the seats, to intentionally not have someone sit in between them. But this is not like Southwest. So do you think, can they sue? Well, technically, American Airlines do have a policy that if you are, what was the policy that she put up here? That there is a policy that you have to purchase 2 seats if one seat cannot accommodate you. But I want to know, how do they enforce it? Do they have a seat outside of the airlines before, if they see someone who is plus size and ask them to sit down? Do you like make your passengers have to go through that public display? Like, okay, no, you got to buy another seat, but this time, what if the flight is full? Like, how does that work? How do you properly enforce that without, discriminating against the passengers? I feel like it's more of a person, like, you would just know. Like, honestly, I don't know. I feel like you win for losing. You can't do nothing. The airlines cannot publicly put a seat or have someone wrap, like have someone do a tape measure. Like, you're going too far. They need to make these seats in the on these flights bigger. What do you mean? Like, I don't know. Like, maybe be a 2-seater. Maybe I have to get less people in there. If you want, everyone is not going to be comfortable on the flight. I feel like even if you are in between 2 normal sized people or average, you're going to be a little bit uncomfortable. She said, how she knows they was brother and sister. But I don't know. That's what you see what she just said? I'm assuming she was like, they black. Maybe he said, hey sis, hey bro. Automatically assume that they together. Like, she's saying that's brother and sister. That's neither here. Allegedly they're brother and sister. I don't know. If you only said her. I just don't know how that work. I know it's a very tough spot to be in as the person who's being accused of like making you feel uncomfortable because they probably already felt uncomfortable in the situation, or maybe they just didn't give a damn. Like, okay, you know, you're in the middle of us. But I almost felt like they knew each other the way that the seat was set up. And I'm like, it's just not in a world where you're gonna just like you just coincidentally get in between two people who are, you know, plus size. And honestly, she looks so small that maybe they just like my size. I mean, I feel like I'm obese, but maybe she's just so frail. Cause she didn't show a picture of her in between them both. She just showed a picture of them like this, like holding their arm over to the side. So it makes me think like, is it really as bad as you're making it out to seem? I can't say your experience isn't bad, but like I feel like it's just a tad bit extra to like do this whole picture thing and then posting it to shame them. Okay. She says, we have a comment. She said, hear me out. Complaining is one thing. She took it too far when she pulled out the camera. Yeah, so now it's complaining to shaming. Like you could, even if she took a picture and then maybe sent the complaint in to the airlines, maybe that could have been as far as it. But as far as taking a picture of it and then they would have, like maybe give her a complimentary something for her discomfort. But it's like, what kind of response did you think that this national, well-established airline was going to say? Like, yes, you are right. Banned all fat people from flying. They get the backlash from, fat shaming. So I don't know what type of response she was expecting to get from them on Twitter. Like, you should have did a complaint, but like, what kind of response was you expecting from American Airlines? Why would they put themselves in a position to shame another person because you're upset? I don't disagree with her discomfort of her flight. I feel like it is totally valid. Like, I understand you being upset if you are in between people and you just feel like I'm about to be uncomfortable for the next 3 hours. But as far as going to do that, like, I don't know. Like, maybe it's just me. What'd she say? And then she posted it to Twitter. I don't know what she expected us to say. Oh, I'm sorry about that. It happened to you. I mean, that's all you can say as the airlines is concerned. I mean, the people are in agreement with her amongst her Twitter folks. Twitter is like here and there. Like, they with you or they not with you. Twitter is almost like, to me, it's like TikTok. You got a lot of people with opinions. Either they for you or they not. And then they almost like the judge, the jury, and the jail. The judge, the jury, the jail. The judges, they the 3 J's. Like, you get on there because you are wanting a reaction. She got the reaction that most likely that she wanted, because people feel like American Airlines should have approached her a little bit differently. But how do you approach them? And then they want them to do a changing of how their enforce their policy for passengers who are overweight flying. So I'm like, how do you incorporate that? Like, I guess people who are plus size don't get to fly no more. Like, how do I know what's going to be coming for the next person? Like, I've been on a plane before where people have been obnoxious and they haven't put them off. Or who, like, they can be slender size and be all up in my area, having their feet up. I'm like, okay, this must be a long flight. It's like people saying they shouldn't have babies on the airplane. Now people can't fly with their kids. We all trying to get to the same place. You wasn't on the flight for 16 hours. I'm not, I don't know. This may be me. Maybe I don't have a heart or a soul. From what I read, I just feel like, because the kids, I can't say what I want to say. And you wanted this immediate response of like, I don't know what she intended for American Airlines to say to her. I mean, she got her response from as far as the people on Twitter and them agreeing with her, feeling like, okay, they should have responded. Like, what way would have been the appropriate way to respond? But how is it appropriate for you to take a picture of people and then to post it? Then I'm still stuck on the picture. I feel like the picture, I don't see where she was smushed. Why you laughing? Because I'm telling you what happened with me when the young lad, I'm calling because he was young. When he took the pictures, I did everything I could not to be up on him. And I'm just like, I just know that I know for a fact there is a video or a picture of me out there of me being like I was literally on the side. I'm not trying to touch you. You know what I mean? I'm like, that's how we got the seats where we got them to like not to be an inconvenience to somebody else. So whenever I would get on the plane to go to with Southwest Airlines, so I like them a lot because I would try to get there early so I can get a seat to the window. You know what I mean? I wanted to get to the window. So I'm like, at the end of the day, you picking to sit next to me. Or either I would try to get a seat towards the aisle. But I didn't really like the aisle like that. I like to be towards the I don't know what it is about me in the window. Me in the window was like, two peas in the pie. Like I can scoot over, look out. I wasn't trying to be up on nobody. And I would try to like the shortest flight that I could possibly get. But my worst nightmare is literally like being pictured or like a video or oh how do I find it? How you can do it? It's this mirror thing of pictured, and then someone like talking about me on the internet. Like I have empathy to understand the inconvenience, but I feel like there was no empathy amongst these people that you just decided to talk about on the internet. Or maybe it was a book flight. It's just so many questions. Like I'm trying to figure out what they could have did. And obviously, she said that the flight attendant, from what one of her comments on Twitter is, the flight attendant came by 4 times to ask her how she was doing, but she never I feel like she never really said nothing. Maybe that was the flight attendant trying to give her an out to say like, hey, can I be moved to another seat, or it was none of that. I don't know. Maybe it was a booked flight. I don't know. That's all I can think about. This lady got booked on a flight full. She couldn't go nowhere else. The flight attendant felt bad, kept asking how she was. She was giving her eye like, help me, please. And they couldn't accommodate her if it was booked. I'm just still stuck on them not wanting to move if they was together. So, I mean, that's a whole nother topic. So, do you think, we don't know. We don't know if they were together or not. So let's just switch. If they were indeed together, because that's what I think. I think that these two passengers were together. Should they have moved to the side and let her be on the outer, like be on the aisle seat? Well, that would have been a more appropriate thing to do. I feel like they should have did that if they knew each other. I feel like they don't have to do it, but I feel like it would have been an appropriate thing to do. I would have did it. Like if I was there, I'm like, ooh, girl, we're gonna let you have the outer seat. Once she would have asked, I'm gonna just let you have that one. I'm gonna let you have it. But I don't know. Did she take? Now, if I would have seen, no, hold on. Maybe she took the picture and then did that, and it was like, oh no, we about to let her have it. She want to sit here and take a picture of us, and she gonna sit right in the middle. That's the only thing I could think of to make them not want to move. They seen her picture them. And they like, okay, no, I'm not moving because you already took a picture of us. I need to find these people. I need to understand the thought process that went behind that, the thought process in their brain when she was saying this stuff to them. The way she putting her tweets up as if she had like this full blown conversation with this flight attendant and as well with these 2 passengers, to where she tried to kind of hint. So I'm trying to think, how do you tell the flight attendant, like, hey, can I be moved? Do you get up? I don't know. I don't know. I just don't know how it works. Okay. Liz says no. If they did before the flight, yes. I mean, so meaning like before the flight had already started, you seen they talking to, oh, so they already talking to like, oh, y'all together, y'all can sit next to each other. I wouldn't even ask like y'all can sit next to each other. Let me sit aside. I'm a little boy. Y'all can sit next to each other. But maybe I don't think I can think about is her taking a picture like this, and they seen it. They probably like I would have been texting like, hey, you seen this girl trying to take a picture of us? And once I see you taking pictures, like now I got it. Like sometimes it can be transferable attitudes amongst people. You're like, oh no, I'm not moving. You know what I mean? Like I'm not moving at all. Oh, she said maybe they peeped the camera. Okay. That makes more sense. Okay. I feel you. That's what I'm thinking what happened. That's the only thing that I can think to make a person not want to move. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I feel like in between now I know, but I feel like it is what it is. Sorry, doctor. What is her name? Doctor, what was her name? What was her name again? Dr. Sydney. I do apologize, Dr. Sydney, that, everybody can't not be fat, but I just like it was out of bounds for you to take a picture and then say fat people shouldn't fly on the plane. That's just me. But yeah, I have no more to say about it because it just made me remember my particular experience. I told y'all about that, about what happened on the plane with me. I was like, oh dang. Like, and already y'all seen the video that I posted on the other channel. Like the preparation for someone who is plus size in general, you are already super anxious about flying. Maybe I'm sweating. I ain't even flying. Maybe she did get a little sweat. Maybe she did. But I just had to share it with you. I just thought it was just so not crazy, but like literally the worst nightmare you could have as a person on the opposite. I understand her side, but to live on the other side of the person, like, oh, like literally this could have been me. This could have been me out there in these streets, all in the interwebs of people talking about me. I would have been mad. Like, I would have been madder than a mug. Okay, let me read what you said, girls. You got a thing. Okay, Elizabeth says, so my thing is now, people are comfortable taking pictures of me nowadays. I started calling them out. Like, did you just take a picture of me? So obviously, Liz is of the plus size nation, pretty hot and thick. And I will say people, that is my biggest pet peeve. I understand people like to do it on the internet where they take pictures of people, of their bodies, or like fat people in general. I feel like people don't have no type of moral ground when they do stuff like that. And as a person who has been talked about and pictured on many occasions where I knew someone was taking a picture of me because of something that I had on, they feel like it wasn't appropriate for me to wear as a plus size person, that I feel like there's no censorship or humanity like among folks who do stuff like that. Like, what possesses you to think that you are such on a higher moral ground that you could take pictures of people and talk about them on the internet? Like, I don't even like when people talk about shoes, stuff like that. I don't like people that do that. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. I just don't. But yeah, I wish I had that bonus. Sometimes I do get a little amp. I have some hype airline stories. Probably not like on that note. Like someone tried me recently at the airport on the shuttle, and I was like, I wish a person would. It was like petty. I was like, nah, because what they ain't gonna do is act like they above somebody. Who gonna say something? Cause say it. You get all hyped because you get an amped up. You get amped up when you got people with you more than like yourself. But sometimes you have to hype yourself up for that. I wish somebody would try me up on here. Like, I didn't pay the same money that you paid. You inconveniencing me. With you talking smack, ma'am, sir? But yeah. Don't laugh at me. Am I the only one who hype themselves up? Like sometimes you gotta give an internal go off. You ever prepare your go off before you go off on somebody? Like, okay, now when you say this, make sure you clear your throat. Clear your throat before you have to go off on this person, or because what it is, you have to go off not talking to them, but they know you're talking about them, or they may not even know, but it has to be generalized. So if someone get hype in the midst, and you'll go off, that they know they can get the smoke too. And some, I'm a taller woman, and I'm big, so people sometimes like, okay, I don't know if I want the energy with her. So that's like my biggest fear. I'm like, if I ever do become skinny, I don't want people they can try me, because I'm not to be tried. I don't want to be tried. You start moving your arms, like all of that. Like you have to hype yourself up for the go off. But yes, I don't know how my throat is gone. Being like, hi, extraordinary chick. No, that's a trick or trick. Chick. But yes, I didn't even say hey. But yes, I don't have nothing else to talk about, y'all. That's the only thing I had to really bring up. And Kiva, if you still here, girl, I was super excited because now I know how to put music in the background. And I was like, ooh, I can't wait to go live so I can show everybody that I can put music up. Is the song too much? I don't know. She says, yeah, I totally feel you, and you gotta do it in your go off voice. Period. Hey girl, hey. Everybody got a go off voice, or like a go off voice or a go off phrase. Like I wish a person, I wish it would. You be like, try me. They don't want to see me. They don't want to see. I have to pre do these sayings in my head, so when something have to go off, I don't have to think about what I have to say. It's automatically in my brain of what it needs to switch to. I'd be like, okay, Dawn, turn it off. Don't be that person. Because at work sometimes, I be thinking like, so you trying me? You are purposely trying to make me go over from being nice to being that person. Like, look here, I need to start coming up with my professional go off, because I still be trying to get to the streets. Because I say it real quick. I be like, you tried it. They're like, try what? Like, you're really trying my intelligence right now. Like, oh, okay. I work amongst different folks. Like, you are really trying me. I am thirsty. It is hot. The sun, not the sun. This light is on me. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how to even feel anymore. I don't know if I'm gonna be on the plane. You know what? I'm gonna just stop flying. Like, we should have a plane where only fat people can fly. And then it probably cost too much. Then now it's like an exclusive plane. What makes this plane so good? I don't know. I have no idea. Maybe like yearly like benefits. I'm almost something real ignorant. Like segregate the seats. Give me my own special seats then. Have the first cup. They wouldn't do that. I mean, extra. I don't want them to do that. I don't want them to do that. Black them. Okay. All right, hide the high. I don't want y'all to see nothing explicit up in there. True. Oh, I'm dying. I am dying. You said like the movie Soul Plane, period. Why can't we, if you call, I don't even know what the name of the plane would even be. It'd be like flow plane. Or like I don't know. Like, I just feel like the world has changed so much. Why don't we have planes that can accommodate almost anyone? Because sometimes maybe a person is too skinny. Like maybe it should be like adjustable seats. You know what I mean? People may have issues with their feet. Maybe we should have like recliners. It should be a comfortable experience. I think it's 2023 almost. We need more accommodations. Oh no. All right. I gotta go because I'm not curvy plane. I like that idea. Call it curvy plane. Curvy plane where all curves and size can fit in our seats, whether you're long or wide. We like to fly. I don't know. We can figure out the advertising part. But yeah. All right, ladies and gents and people in the behind the scenes, I'm about to get the heck out off. I am thirsty. As you can see, this wig is like making me hot. Where I done drunk all of the water that's been inside the little Gatorade bottle to where it's none no more. I appreciate y'all for letting me rant or to even have this conversation that may or may not have made any sense to you. But either way, the fact that you have decided to come chill with me for this last 45 minutes, 46, 47, I hope y'all do follow me on my channel here at As Told by Dawn. You can also follow my other channel, Delightful_Dawn. I may or may not be there. Follow me on social media platforms. That is As Told by Dawn on Instagram, Delightful_Dawn on Instagram, and Delightful_Dawn1 on TikTok. Until next time, stay unapologetically you and all that you do. Continue to be the best version of yourself in these streets. I will see y'all for our next live this Saturday, which is our normal weekly live. We talk about the things in our next video. The video should be out either tomorrow or Wednesday. But yes, stay easy, stay breezy. Peace out.